So this is day one of boot camp for Kroeka. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but and she's in for reactivity issues, so we'll see how she does. Whilst we was chatting in the car park, some people with a small dog went past and she actually didn't bother, but whether it's because the dog was going away from her, I don't know. So as I walk, I'll see what it is she's going to do and we'll go from there. So with reactive dogs, the first thing I do is have them at my side. Your dog will be reactive if you let the dog walk in front, because the dog walking in front is taking the lead and you are being the follower. So we don't want that. We want the dog at the side with us. And as you can see, I put her straight away on a prong collar, which is very rare that I do that. But even though we'd put the slip collar on her from the beginning, she was still pulling very hard into that. And what she will do is just choke herself, which is what we don't want. So the prong collar, you can see there's no, I mean it's a long lead, but she's just on 3 fingers. There's no effort. I'm not having to be very physically strong with her, and she's walking at my side. We're going to improve this. I've literally only just come out with her, so we're going to improve so that this is loose. There's not even going to be that on it. It's going to be loose by the time we finish this lesson. So as I'm walking, and again I've only been out 2 minutes with her, I'm only around the corner from where I just did the last video, but as I'm walking, and our owners won't necessarily need to do this per se, but every bit of tension, so just with my fingers I'm just moving the hand across the front of my body, or you can pull up but you never pull back, and I'm just communicating with her without actually saying anything. Look, keep the lead nice and loose, don't walk in front of me, don't rush. So when I stop, you see I'm just very gently just tapping on the collar. Now we stop, we go, we stop, loose lead, we go, and she's doing beautiful. And we've been out, like I say, 2-3 minutes. So we'll see what she does. We've got a dog in the distance playing toys. She's just seen it. And we'll see what she's going to do. So she speeded up, and it is quite a bit in the distance. But she did speed up, and you see just a little nudge on the lead upwards. And that's all I had to do. When they're close it might be more of a battle, but we'll see. So to maintain the loose lead, what I'm going to do, this is a 6-foot lead, but I'm only going to use 3 foot of it. Oh, good girl. So start with the 3-foot lead. See, she surges, and you can see I'm not really having to do anything. See what she does with the bike passing. Morning. She speeds up, so even that I'm flicking up to slow her down. Shouldn't react, but we don't want her. Good. Woo! And I'm going to keep her on the left. It doesn't matter which side you walk her on, the left or the right. Good girl. But she must stay on whichever side you start her off on all the time. Don't let her switch from side to side. So to keep your loose lead work, good, you just have to repeat this. So do this as you're walking, you don't have to do it in one spot. Do it as you're walking, and you can see, look how loose the lead is. And that's what you want. Gates, doors, stairs, anything, thresholds, the dog always must come at the side or behind us, never in front. You never open a door or a gate to let the dog through. If you can't see her, that's because she's at my side or behind me. So we're halfway through the first lesson. And remember I said you'll see the lead loose. Can you see the lead is loose? She's doing really, really well. We haven't seen anything. I purposely avoid the one dog I have seen, because I need to be confident she's aware that she's on a different collar. And I need to be confident that she's understanding she needs to stay at my side. You don't just put a prong collar on a dog and then throw it in front of another dog to see what it's going to do. It's going to do what it normally does. You have to first teach a dog what you want. So the first thing you want with any dog, but reactive dogs especially, is loose lead, and that's what we've got. So she's doing really well. So let's talk about the prong collars, because a lot of people, usually the people that have never seen one or used one, are just like, oh my god, the barbaric. Like any tool, used wrong, and yes, not that they're barbaric, but yes, they can do harm to your dog. Just the same as a harness can, a flat collar can, a check chain can, or choke chain as they call, halty, you know, gentle leaders, all this. Anything used wrong can be bad for your dog. A lead, your hand, your voice, your feet, anything. It's all about using the tool in the right way. You don't allow, again, on any collar that your dog is on, you don't allow your dog to pull. Especially not on a prong. You don't want your dog putting its pressure on that prong collar. You want your dog where she is, at the side, quite happy, mooching along. We're having a nice walk. She's not pulling. While she's not pulling and doing anything bad, the prong collar isn't even affecting her. The only time the prong collar comes into play is if I give a correction. The only time I'm going to give a correction, now she's conditioned more to the prong collar, is if she lunges at another dog. So the prong collar bites back, so it mimics the mother dog reprimand. So this is why the dogs learn much faster. But you cannot let them pull into anything, like I say, flat collar, slip collar, check chain, prong collar. The trick is, it's not the tool, it's how you use it. She's walking beautifully, and she's not pulling in it. You cannot let her pull in it. I cannot stress that enough. If she pulls in it, then it's not going to be that effective. The prong collar itself doesn't stop the pulling, it's the corrections that stop it. So this, there's nothing happening to her. She's, you know, she's just wearing a collar. Like I say, if she was to lunge, then she would feel a bite of the collar, and she would learn very quickly that's not what I want. And she wouldn't do it, you know, maybe 2 or 3 times, then she'd stop doing it. But for this lesson, I'm quite happy just to keep conditioning her. The more conditioning I do with her on the collar, the better she'll be. So now we've got a bit of a test because there's a dog coming. So I'm not going to change direction. We're on a wide enough path. And we keep it on her. I'll quickly show you that you can see there is a dog. I'm going to keep the video on her. So should she lunge or do anything, see she already lowered her head. Hiya. She's in for reactivity, but as yet I'm not seeing any, which is good. So with that dog we've just passed and the lady, we stood probably about 20 foot away. We were having a little chit chat, nothing at all from this dog. So from that and the one dog we saw in the car park that she didn't react to, that I didn't video, I'm going to say she's not reactive, she's defensive. So if the other dog wants to challenge her, she's going to accept its challenge. If the other dog ignores her, doesn't stare her out or do anything, you know, and be bad-mannered with her, she's not going to bother with it. That's where I'm at this moment. It might change, you know, the more dogs we see, I might have a different opinion, but at the moment, I would say she's defensive, not reactive.
Yes, darling. Alright, thank you very much. Tomorrow at 10, alright?
See, again, she's looked at that dog's not even looking at her, she's not bothered.
She's like, nope.
But I think sometimes that dog does bark and lunge, so if it does, she will copy, because that's what dogs do.
Alright, good to know.
No,
Alright,
she's good.
see you tomorrow.
I'll put